Ladies and gentlemen, another podcast is happening as we speak. On today's podcast, I got DJ Jeff the Illest and Nakia. Peace, y'all.
Yo, yo.
Yep. We doing it. We doing it. How's everything going?
I'm live in Dallas.
Right?
You know, Dallas is nice.
From the shy to deep.
Dallas, Fort Worth, Funky Town represent.
Yeah.
You know, for the one time.
Word.
Chicago Funky Town.
It's a merger.
Hey, so what has you in Dallas, my guy? What has you in Dallas?
We actually are doing a podcast and DJ listening for the album The Soul Little
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're gonna sit down with the DJs in Dallas, Fort Worth, to get see what they like. Because Chicago was like, "Hey, yo, this it."
Right.
So
yes, I know we just about to see how they feeling it around here. So just reached out to a little network of DJs, just see if they feeling it. So hopefully, I think so.
They should. I listened to it 3 times. 4.
Oh man, we could get it there.
Maybe 5 times. I don't know. I come from a musical background, so when someone sends me something like that, I kind of take it serious. Even with everything I have going on, I'm still a musical guy. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna start off with my first question for both of you all, because we're cinema people, or we love movies. Name your top 3 to 5 comedy movies all time.
Comedy.
You want to go first, or you want me?
I need to think. Okay, so you go.
Comedies, Harlem Nights. Ooh, I'm finna go left. American Pie.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why American Pie. It was one of the last few movies me and my dad and my mama watched together, and my mama was like, "What?" And I'm busting up laughing.
Okay.
I died laughing. We watched it on Christmas Day of that year, and I died laughing. That was my movie there.
All
right. Would you consider Eddie Murphy wrong?
Stand up.
That's stand up. I guess we can put it in there. It's a stand up, but
Eddie Murphy raw.
All right, I guess we can put that one in there.
Yeah,
that's 3. You want to leave it there? Or you got some more in there.
And I'm gonna add on the 4 and the 5. I'm gonna go Kings of Comedy.
Okay.
I remember that whole day. I'll never forget it. At the time, I was trying to get tickets.
Okay.
I had no tickets. And the only place we got tickets was the old Hyde Park Theater.
Oh, which is no longer there.
It's Harper now. Now Harper, somebody else, some bigger corporation bought Harper.
Yeah.
And I went to see that shit there. And it was the best ticket in the world, because people back then didn't want to go to Hyde Park Theaters back then. Not at all. But when we got there, and I laughed hard. So that, and then number 5, I'm gonna go with. I'm stuck with Eddie Murphy.
I kind of figured that.
I'm gonna go Trading Places.
Trading Places. Okay. All right.
What's up?
Okay. Coming to America.
Boom. Thank you.
Coming to America. Oh,
thank you. She named. Oh my God.
Listen, I saw that movie probably when I wasn't supposed to be in the theater watching that movie with my parents, but hey, they didn't have babysitters, so I saw some of everything in inappropriate ages. Come to America, and then I watched it on VHS over and over and over again.
Yes, that's a classic.
just classic.
Yeah.
Life.
Come on, talk to me, man. Talk to me,
Life
man.
was hilarious. Martin and Eddie Murphy together. Oh man, listen. Just hilarious. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't.
I forgot.
Yeah, he's terrible. He's terrible. He's terrible.
I forgot.
Okay, so and then and I know probably y'all have not heard of this probably, but I find Bette Midler and Lily Tomlin to be hilarious. So I love this movie called Big Business. I think that movie is hilarious.
Okay, you got me there. You got me there.
My mama liked that.
Oh my gosh, I watched Big Business over and over again. My mama liked that. And then I'm also about to get clowns. But as a mother and as a teacher, I got into the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, right? And they have movies.
Okay.
And they have a movie that's in a series of the books called Roger Rules. That movie is freaking hilarious.
All right.
It's good for, you know how you have to go take the kids to a movie, but then you enjoy it too?
Yeah.
I'll seriously watch by myself, and my kids would be like, Mom, you seriously watching it? I'd be like, yeah.
Absolutely.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Like, it was funny.
Listen, I like The Incredibles. I was like, dang, this was pretty good.
Man, right. Like the Despicable Me movies.
Yeah. Those are good.
Good, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got me on that.
Yeah. And then let's see. I was struggling with a number 5, but I lost it. I had it, but I lost my number 5.
Neither of you have said the one I'm thinking about.
What's that?
No, she ain't done yet though. If she says she's done, then
I lost it because I was like, okay, that's fine. Roll bounce. I like roll bounce.
Nah, I wouldn't call that a comedy though.
To me, it was a comedy.
Was it? I don't know. All right. I would not say that was a comedy though.
Well, I mean, that's probably why. I mean, it was good.
But neither of you named Hangover.
Oh.
I mean, Hangover was all right.
Hangover was hilarious. The first one?
Yeah, they had the Doug song and everything.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that a couple times too.
I saw it last week just to cheer me up, man. I was having such a crazy week. I was like, man, let me play Hangover real quick and give me some good laughs. Hell yeah, that was a great movie.
Blue Streak was funny.
What movie?
Blue Streak.
Okay, all right.
Martin and that movie over time.
What?
You know, like we really didn't appreciate it when it first came out.
What?
Blue Streak.
Blue Streak, man. Blue Streak is hilarious.
Because you see Martin and Dave.
Yeah, they're hilarious.
Yeah. And then what's the one with I thought was funny? Is that just what was the name of this movie? Ice Cube and Mike Epps. What movie? What's the name of that?
All About the Benjamin.
Man, All About the Benjamins.
Yeah, that was silly as shit.
Hey. Friday After Next. What am I thinking? That's one of my holiday favorites. That movie had me rolling every Christmas Eve.
I forgot about it.
Friday After Next.
See what I'm saying? People and the reason why I asked that question is because a lot of people forget how many movies actually make them laugh.
Yeah.
Because we're so serious all the time, and we do a lot of action and a lot of things that are like very serious or violent movies and shit. We forget to laugh sometimes and just have a good time.
Yeah.
All About the Benjamins was silly as shit.
It was.
Yeah.
I ain't seen that in a minute either. So now you're gonna make me go watch it.
Yeah, it's one of those silly movies that you can always go back and sit back and chill and have a good time watching. Yeah. Ice Cube has put out some decent movies, man. He's done a decent job.
Oh yeah. He know how to make that money.
Hell yeah.
Are We There Yet movies too? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He did good. All right. The artist known as Nakia. Where you from? Talk to me. Where you from?
I'm from Fort Worth.
Word.
Fort Worth, Funky Town, Texas. Yes, yes, yes.
Born and raised?
About born and raised.
From the west side,
Yeah,
correct?
whole life. Right, from the west side. But I moved around a lot as a kid, so I lived everywhere, like in the song "Don't Sleep," from the west, east to the south. Yeah, all over the place. So yeah, born and raised, and that's home.
Who are some
Mhm.
pioneers in music from Fort Worth, Texas that you know of?
Oh, Kirk Franklin, number one, because he kind of changed the game of gospel. Brought in hip hop, brought hip hop to gospel. And he went to my high school, and so I just one of my earliest memories was as far as when I got into singing was it was when the family was Kirk Franklin and the Family first came out, and he would come to my high school till I was in the choir, and he would teach us songs.
Mm.
Next thing you know, Kirk Franklin and the Family or God's Property or whatever would be recording those songs that he taught us. And it was like, man, we knew those songs first because he tried them out on us. So it was just real cool. It was real cool when he would always come back to school to visit and mess with the choir. So it was cool.
Is there another that you can name?
Um, well, yeah, I mean, Leon Bridges is hot right now. Um, Soul Brother from the Funk. Um,
People don't give this man no credit. Leon Bridges, that dude is tough.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And when you look at Leon Bridges, like he started off real, I go from soft and folklorish, but
Okay.
as time went on,
He real Sam Cookish.
he became real Sam Cookish.
Yeah.
Real
He's
soulful.
real gritty soul, but acoustic, like you said, kind of flow. He is he can go there with the folklore country / soul. So it's kind of like a little mashup of a variety. So yeah.
Forgot your girl.
Oh well, Kelly Clarkson. Okay, so Kelly Clarkson was born in Fort Worth, but she actually lived in Burleson. So she grew up in Burleson, but she was born, so she has roots in the funk and roots in Burleson. So,
Okay.
and American Idol winner, first American Idol winner. Yeah.
Okay. Where did you get your start in music?
Middle school.
Mm-hmm.
My first talent show. It was actually my first time really letting my family know that I could sing. I hid it my whole childhood. I hid it. I don't know why. I just did. I was the only child, and so I would be singing in my room. And but middle school, I kind of started, especially your friends peer pressure. Girl, you need to sing. You need to get in a talent show. So I was scared, and I was gonna end the talent show really without saying anything to anybody. And one of my teachers, because we had to audition for the talent show, and one of my teachers was, one of the people who's gonna be in the talent show. And anyway, she ended up telling my mama. She told on me basically. She told on me because they had a parent meeting, and then after the parent meeting, she pulled my mama to the side and say, "Did you know your daughter can sing?" My mom was like, "What?" Yeah, right. Because I would purposely sing crazy in the car, like sing like I was tone deaf. So yeah, so it was middle school, first talent show, and kind of from there, I just decided, yeah, I like to sing. I can do this. I want to do this, and so that's when it took off.
I do that as an agitation to people. I sing off key.
Yes, I still do it sometimes.
I still do it.
Sing.
I do it off
Yeah.
key, and then I do it ahead of the song. Like I'll when you know the next line is coming up, I'll just say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll do it
Yeah.
off key, and it
Yeah.
bothers the hell out of people. And then they go, "You can't sing. Like you should not do that." And I'm like, "Oh, you will see one day, maybe. You will hear it, and then you will shut up."
Right.
Yeah. I understand. I do that. I still do that. My sister looks at me sometimes and she go, "Yo, you're retarded. You're retarded." Like a lot of us are. A lot of us are out here.
Yeah.
So it was in school instead of in a church. Is that what you're telling me? Because
I'm
the
telling you that.
I hear is that hey, I got my start in church in the church choir, and I sang my
Oh
first
no, I
solo when I
couldn't.
was 7.
I was too scared to sing in church. Nobody knew I could sing. Remember, I hid it.
Okay.
So no, I wasn't about to sing in church because nobody knew I could sing, and I wouldn't dare about to get up in front of church, in church choir, but so
Okay. I did the
right?
church solos and all that stuff.
Oh,
Don't laugh, Jeff. Don't laugh at
your
me, man.
Easter speech? Did you sing your Easter
You
speech?
were singing in the church.
I
You
used to
sung your
sing,
Easter
bro.
speech?
No, I didn't
I
sing no
did.
Easter speech. I used to say the Easter speech. I was in
And
plays
didn't
and
sing?
all that.
Okay.
Man, I'm finna mess you up.
Come on.
She finna do that. I used to direct that church.
Oh.
Oh, low key.
Well, you had the robe on.
No, I didn't write that role. That one thing about me.
Jed, was you playing the tambourine?
I directed.
You was playing the tambourine, Jed?
No, I do that.
You sure you have Jerry curl?
No.
You have no Jerry curl? Okay,
No,
I'm just saying.
The Jerry curl? I hope not.
To be honest, I did it in my team.
Okay.
I thank God for it because of the simple fact that it gave me my ear. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The musical ear and arrangement game.
Okay.
I got that from there.
So here you were.
Man. But I was mad with my shit.
You was like, Sopranos. You was pointing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was
Yeah.
in it. Imagine, 94, 93, 94.
Oh, yeah, prime time. When the choirs was jumping in the 90s.
In it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and anybody knows Chicago is a Chicago choir church movie.
Mm-hmm.
Facts plus tax. Yes, sir. Because I would do songs in a choir but the one time I was like, I'm not doing it no more. And it was just mainly my fault. Like I just got tired of singing the song. And in the middle of the song, I just went from singing it normal to sounding like the Cookie Monster. And then my mom ran up in the middle of the song and like gave me a whooping in front of everybody because she was just like, "Yo, you tripping."
Sounding like the Cookie Monster. What possessed you in the middle of the church to start sounding like Cookie Monster? Your mama thought you needed to have them demons, you need to have be exercised.
Yeah, I think that's what she thought. Yeah, I was singing. I forgot what song, and I was, performing and doing well. And something was like Cookie Monster, and I just did it. So, yeah.
Got that switch and tore your butt up. Wait, how old were you?
Like around 7 or 8 years old.
Oh yeah, yeah, you was tripping. You got your tail toe up, did you?
I forgot what song I was singing, but let's just say it was Yes, Jesus Loves Me or some song like that, and I'm leading it, and then all of a sudden I just went, Yes, Jesus loves me. Yeah, I just.
Oh God. No.
They tried to get me to sing lead. I ain't doing. I said, no, I ain't doing that. That's not my boy.
I mean, I could do alto, tenor, and baritone and everything. So, for some reason, something in my mind was like, do the Cookie Monster. I was like, Cookie, and I just went ahead and just burst out doing that.
I was like, no, sir, we ain't doing none of that. Oh God.
Yeah, my mother used to have us like practicing singing and harmony and everything with me and my 2 sisters and everything. So we used to do all that stuff, all that fun stuff.
I know she was mad at you when you pulled that Cookie Monster stuff.
Man, what? She ran up there and she was like, "Oh, he gonna get it together today. The Lord is good, but we see that the devil is working." And she pat, uppercut, left hook, straight, straight right, all that. Yeah.
Wow.
She gave me a sparring match right there in front of everybody, real quick.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
My mom, you know what's crazy? My mom didn't occur, like, it was like, I had minor stuff in the choir. So I'd be chewing gum like I'm chewing now.
Mm-hmm. She looking at you from the country.
My mom could stand. Like I told my mom to this day, I'm like, you can kiss that church etiquette goodbye because I'm not doing it.
Yeah, we don't have to do that no more.
Yeah, I'm eating candy.
Man, do you know that was a no-no? Us to come over there with that little handkerchief, like, hey,
and guess what?
Get it out. You be embarrassed, like,
Me and shout out to my man Tony Washington, because me and him, we were on it.
You was clowning. You couldn't sit by your friends or your cousins in church. You gonna clown.
Yes, they had to put us 2 seats between everybody. Like, yeah.
You're gonna be laughing at everything and everybody. Look at such and such. Trying not to laugh, and trying to hold it in, and then all of a sudden,
Yep. Trying not to look at the person who you know they're gonna make you laugh. Yeah.
Man, listen. You talking about a whooping.
Plenty of time. Oh man. I was like, me and Tom, man, we'd be sitting like this. Damn. Here we go. You know, we on broadcast, kid. Ooh, man. I'm sitting there like, there be times where they have a bad single or testimony that's real funky and crazy. Like, I was sitting like this with my head down. Out of there.
Yeah, and you gotta try your best not to look at your guy, because you know he's looking at you waiting for that laugh, like,
yeah.
I couldn't look at him.
You just gonna explode. You're gonna explode.
He's next to me. He covered my knees like, yeah, you hit it. Like, yeah, I can't. Don't do it. We gonna bust out laughing. Ooh. Oh man.
One of the things we used to do, like when we weren't singing, when we were watching the big choir, the senior choir singing everything, and they would be off key, and it would be one of the songs where no music was playing, and they would hit a bad note. We were like, what? And then people would turn around and you like put your head down and you look the other way, and they be looking around to see who did it, and you just be sitting there looking. And then your mans be sitting there tapping you like, yo, that was crazy, or stomping their feet. And I'm like, yo, don't make no noise. My mama come over here, bro. She can feel everything in the room. Straight up, like, keep it cool.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I don't know about y'all, but I come from the era of get whooped by everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Skillet, ironing board.
Well, no, I don't get whooped with everything.
No, I got whooped. I would everything.
Man, my mom hit me with everything.
Everything.
Belt.
Belt.
That man, plastic bag.
Yeah. A wet dish towel.
Yeah, the wet dish hand and the wet dish towel. Wet dish towel, but then the wet dish hand when I was a teenager. I got that wet dish hand when I was a teenager. Slap. Oh.
Everything.
That wet slap hurt.
Y'all remember the hangers with the cardboard on it? The cardboard bottom? Yeah. My mom would take that off that, twist the hanger up, and she would go ham.
Yeah.
I got whooped with everything, and I don't know why they whooped us with that stuff, because it really didn't do nothing.
It made me, I didn't want to get a whooping, and so I was sneaky. It made me sneaky so that I wouldn't get caught, so I wouldn't get a whooping.
To be honest, I was shook at my mom. To this day, I'm shook. I'm 40 plus. I can't.
Yo, I would just go beat up somebody else. Like, yo, somebody got to get this. Somebody has to take this. Because I took an L, one of y'all got to take an L. If I got in trouble for the foolishness that we did, one of y'all got to take this L, man.
Because it's their fault that you got a whooping. Yeah.
Everybody would say it was my fault that I got in trouble, but I was hanging with y'all. Y'all did something, and then I had to get whooping. All right. So you go from middle school, right? You go from middle school, figuring out to sing, and then what happens? Does something happen in high school?
Well, while I was still in middle school, the high school that I went to, their gospel choir came to our middle school to sing. And it was this one girl, her name, and she's still a singer to this day. Actually, she sings with Kirk Franklin when they doing this tour with Maverick City. She's one of his singers. Her name is Melody. Melody. And I remember seeing her, and she did a solo, and I was like, "Oh my God, her voice is so beautiful." When I go to that high school, I'm gonna be in the choir. So when I went to that high school, I was in Miss Jewel Kelly's choir. So she's the one who was Kurt Franklin's choir teacher. So she's like a legendary choir teacher in Fort Worth. But even I mean, so I just, it was like I was in a program and I had to choose between art because I love to draw, and I had to choose between choir. It was like, it wasn't fair, but I was like, okay, I love to draw, but I love to sing. So I got in the choir and I was in the gospel choir for my whole high school career, classical, opera, everything. So UIL, the whole nine. So gospel competitions and everything. So yeah, it was just from there. Started doing like other people in the choir who were also my friends who were also into music. We started doing stuff outside the choir, just messing around with songs. And then I discovered that I also had a writing ability that I didn't know that I had because I never tried it. And then I started writing, but I didn't start writing until like my senior year because I had never tried. So
Okay. All right. So as far as classical music, do you still mess around with it?
I can. I got a do they have UIL in Chicago?
No.
So there's a state competition in Texas called UIL. And when you're in the choir, it doesn't matter if you're in the choir, like this is a gospel choir, but UIL is all classical. It's all classical. So you have to be classically trained to be on the regional level and the state level for UIL. And so I always went to state. I always got it's like a 1, a 2, and a 3. So I always got a 1. And my senior year, I'm still kicking myself about this, but I got a 1, so I made it to state. And I skipped out on going because this rap group wanted me to record some vocals. This rap group wanted me to record some of their vocal hook, and it was my first experience with going to the studio. And I just thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go to the studio. I'm gonna go to the studio and record on this hook, and I was just so excited. And I told my mama, "Mom, I'm not going to state competition because I've been invited to the studio." to this day, I'm kicking myself because it was my senior year, and I could have. I mean, opportunities are opened up. I could have. I went to UNT, which is like a really good music school, and yeah, I could have used my rankings at regionals and states to help me get into the music school at UNT. But no, I wanted to go to the studio.
You wanted to go to the studio. All right. Without naming
Because
this rap
I thought
group.
that was the thing.
Okay. Without naming this rap group or this artist, are they still around now?
No.
Okay. No disrespect to nobody. I just wanted to.
But I just had no idea. I was naive, and all I heard was the studio. It's like for people who are not into music, they just think, "Oh my God, the studio!" The studio was right over here in this other room behind this wall.
Yes.
But I thought, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to record something."
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just it was so hyped up. Not to say that it's something minor or whatever, but it's just the fact that it can be so over exaggerated when you hear, "Oh, you going to the studio." So that's my mindset was like, oh, so yeah, I skipped out on something that was very important because I didn't know no better. So yeah.
Lesson learned. I think oftentimes when we hear
Yeah.
certain things, we have a visualization of what it might be versus what the reality of it really is.
Right. Right.
And it
Yeah.
happens to people. I know people that have been uh They, oh my God, they've been taken back by the fact that they're going to record, and then they get there, they go like, "This is it." I'm like, "Yep, this is it.
Right.
This is it."
Right. It's like, it's no,
Yeah.
it's yeah.
So
So
you know how to, so you
yeah,
know how to
yeah.
read music and everything. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I do not know how to read music.
Okay.
I learned to sight read for the purposes of passing my sight reading,
Mm-hmm.
but the classical part was not a sight, like it was voice. It was learn the song, do the techniques and the vocals, but it was not graded on are you reading the music. It was, this is the song you're gonna sing. You have to go sing the song. They have to grade you on your vocals, your technique. Did you sing the song right? Did you hit this note right? Did you do this right? Whatever. But other than that, it wasn't graded on reading.
Okay.
So to this day, I cannot, to this day, I can't sight read. I would learn just to pass the test in class, kind of like, you a type and, yeah, I would learn for that purpose, but to this day, I still don't know how to, I don't know how to read music.
Okay. Are you
Yeah.
aware that your Texas alumni, Pimp C, was classically trained in music?
You said who? I didn't, you cut out a little bit.
Are you aware that your Texas alumni, Pimp C, was classically trained in music?
Oh, yeah, I did. I saw that. I heard that. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played organ at the church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He could play guitar and all that. All the music you hear him doing on those beats, that's all him mostly.
Them joints were tough.
Oh yes. Yes, that man had a ear for music.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's get into your project, Soliloquy. Why name it Soliloquy?
Oh, you ready? You want me to
No,
answer?
yeah, go. So
When we started the process, I came up here last year, right around this time. Crazy.
yeah,
So
like exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
At the time, the kid was going through a lot of shit. Like, and immediately in my mind, I was like, one of my favorite Gangstar songs is called Soliloquy of Chaos.
Okay.
And basically, the short story, like different meanings. You know what I'm saying? And with her going through stuff and making an album like this, everything that she's going through, and it's a short album, it's not too long. We want it to be short but soulful at the same time. Mm-hmm. So that's why I call it the soliloquy, especially with what she's going through.
Right, and not to say that any of the songs were about what I was going through, but I mean, I believe like Jeff was saying, because at first it was just the word soliloquy, like to talk about your thoughts and your feelings or whatever, but he put the soul in it, so change the spelling to soliloquy because it is a soulful album, but like the topics or the nature was not only just personal to just some of the stuff I was going through, but also, just in the world, what was going on at the time. And I think it kind of, like, I was kind of stalling on the project for a while because it was just so much going on. I was so overwhelmed. Like, I was dealing with stuff with my kids. Before Jeff came down, my father had just passed away. I was dealing with stuff with my sister, like my half sister, because we share, we have the same dad, so it was drama behind that. It was just a lot, and so, it was like working on the project, and he would send me a track and be like, "I want this kind of vibe." I was like, "Okay." It was like therapeutic,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can you describe your? Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
And it was something I was like, okay, because at the time for me making a project like this, it was challenging because you already know I'm hip hop to the core.
Word, rap shit.
Word.
Rap shit. Rap shit. And I was like, okay, I made it my business. I was like, I'm gonna do an R&B album. I want to prove I want to kind of change the narrative a little bit because most people be like, Jeff on this rap shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you know me as a DJ, I play that R&B shit. No shame.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make an R&B album. And the way we connected, it was real. It was everything was divine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything was divine.
Like, for real, God, this is how you setting this up? It was like, seriously.
And you'll be surprised how the connection was, and guess what it was? It was only through a Shazam.
What?
Like
I still can't believe it.
Right.
Like, that's crazy.
When you tell the story, people be like, I'm gonna tell you how I went down. So I watched the episode of Chicago PD, right? And it was 21. It was an episode that was focused on Kevin's character. Anybody watch PD know Kevin is the black guy on fucking PD. Shout out to my man, Royce Hawkins. That's my man, too. So the episode comes on in a nightclub and they playing her song. And I'm like, and hold on, you watch PD?
No, I do not.
Okay. Anybody that watch PD knows they don't play no music on the show. Zero. So when I heard it, I'm like, I'm thinking it's made for the show. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, at the time I was at the crib with this girl. I was like, man, I'm finna watch that episode again. I'm gonna press Shazam. If a song come up in this motherfucker, I'm gonna make sure that shit is right. Because sometimes when you press Shazam, it give you a crazy joint. So I pressed it, that motherfucker came up and it was her. I'm like, what? Regular songs in this motherfucker?
Hold up. So me and this other producer friend of mine, we did the song, and I like, just from years back, I had songs in this music library, and so every now and again he'll send out requests like, hey, we're looking for a song that's like this genre, blah blah blah. So when they shot out the request for the Chicago people, they said they needed the Chicago Steppers style song. I was like, oh snap, we got one. So we submitted it. So when Jeff reached out to me, like, we had submitted that songs months earlier, I didn't even know it had been chosen to be on the show.
Oh wow.
Had he not reached out, because they were behind, this was 2021. So like production and stuff like that, they were still behind from 2020. So as far as like catching up to like communicate stuff and money, I mean, all that stuff took months. So I didn't even know it was on the show until he reached out. He got to my YouTube channel and I checked my comments and he was like, yo, whatever you said. And I was like, huh? I said, oh, Chicago PD, what you talking about?
I heard this song.
I had no idea.
And I hit on the gram. I said, yo. I'm like, yo, this shit cold. What the fuck? Where you get it from? Like, I looked it up on Spotify. I'm like, man, this a banger. And I said, man, I need that MP3, please. I need that. So once she sent me the MP3, and I said, yo, I do beats, I produce. And she said, cool. I sent her the late night app. She heard it. She's like, oh, that's nice. And from there, that's when I said, give me your email, I'm gonna send you a couple of beats. And then from there, because I sent her a bunch of stuff. All of them, and 90% of the joints were no samples.
Okay.
I really didn't get into the sample until I came up here. You know what I'm saying? And when I came up here, I sent her, because like on the album only, it's like one, at the time it was only one sample. Everything else was keyboard.
Okay.
So I was like, from that point, that's when we started working.
Yeah.
How many times did this song play on Chicago PD?
Once.
Yeah, it was in one episode. It was because it was a club scene, right? Yeah. It was a nightclub scene at the beginning of the episode. I think it was season 9, episode 5 or something. I still can't remember.
Just asking.
Yeah.
Now, if you do check out the episode. This is between now. It's a episode 5 or 6
Okay.
because it's focused on Cat.
Yeah, when them kids shot, wasn't that the whole little where them kids shot somebody?
Because he met this.
And he met that girl. He was dating dating their art teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just asking, just in case there's any royalties or publishing you need to grab or tell them, hey,
I still get it.
Okay.
I'm still getting royalties. Because I guess as long as it's on the air somewhere and somebody is watching it, big and small, I get a check for $10. I'm like, okay, whatever.
It's out there. It's out there. So, all right. Yeah. So we start off with your album, the intro with Jeff the Illest running his mouth, right? Talking his little ish, right? Always in a way you want to see somebody in your videos, all in your songs.
Oh no, he will be in all the videos. Believe, he gotta be.
Yeah, doing his Puff Daddy
video. I gotta be. And most of it, like we already have a vision for some of the songs on the video side.
Okay.
Like there's a bit, like for example, Sing Slowly. I will not be in the video. I'll have a cameo.
No, you partying. You the DJ at the pool party. Remember?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you a quick treat. So tonight and Sing Slowly are gonna be 2 videos.
Yeah, but let's not talk about that. Can we get to the song? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm gonna go song by song.
All right, go ahead. We can start the intro, man. Let's start there because I ain't gonna lie. I thought she took the beginning. She fucked me up because we had a whole different intro for the project, right? Okay. I think the intro on the interlude, and that was gonna be a sample track, but it was mean. Mean as shit. But I wanted her not to really sing. I wanted her to be like ball on that paper. Like she writing something. And then she talking about everything that she's doing. I'm tired of this shit.
Oh man. Okay, we do that for the next one.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
Okay, yeah.
That's gonna happen. Chapter 2 is
like that. Yeah, we're doing it for chapter 2.
She balling her paper and she talking shit about whatever she's going through. And I'm trying to write this. And she's singing notes in between, and she's balling up. But the beat was too. She said it was too hip hop.
It's too hard.
You know what I'm saying?
And I said, kept it. That would have kept a lot. Had a lot of people crazy.
That's gonna be a whole.
Yeah, it's a whole vibe. So yeah,
we've been putting it together on conversation. Like on conversation, because like that shit. Like I consider the soliloquy is mellow. It's mellow. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it has a 90s vibe to it too.
Right. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's pretty, sensual in certain aesthetics.
It is. It's intimate.
But chapter 2, we make it sure.
He said no love shit on chapter 2.
Chapter 2. It's gonna be on some like.
Let's get it.
This nigga. This fucking broad, man. She taking it through shit. We already on that.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So the intro was interesting because that was one of the last few songs that I sent her. And I'm gonna be honest, I forgot I made them.
Okay.
I forgot. I sat on it. So and she flipped it. I was like, because I didn't even realize it on some in a sense when she goes to the interlude.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what? Did I do that shit? Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was a part of the song, same track, but the ending had a different vibe, and he didn't realize it. And I was like, have you heard the whole track? So I was like, I got an idea. I'm gonna use the same track, but I'm just gonna use the, I'm just gonna use the different the end of the track where you switch it up. So he was like, oh, okay. So he didn't even know it was on track. He didn't realize that from field to the end of the track. So yeah, I just do the same. Yeah.
You there?
Okay. No, I'm right here. I'm right here. Y'all good? Y'all good. It might just be on y'all and y'all probably got phone calls and everything coming through there.
That's me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we move on to track 2. Don't sleep. Yeah, I'll deal with him later. We gonna act like it ain't even happening. We're gonna deal with him later. All right.
Talk about.
Yeah. Hey, but it cut off on me one time before he already know. Um, so listen, we get to track number 2, Don't Sleep, right? And you're talking about your city and where you're from, right? Which is a good
Right.
cut.
Talking about Fort Worth. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. What made you want to put that song on there?
Oh man.
Just a
Okay,
rap?
so I always went to the boss. Boss, what's your concept for this song?
Right. Listen. I'm finna go on. I'm finna make these R&B niggas mad. Check it.
Okay.
All right. The problem I have with R&B is that we are so focused on relationship-driven records, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with relationship-driven. You know, love, breakups. You know what I'm saying? The in between. That's great. But I've never heard a singer talk about where they're from. And maybe that's because of the hip hop state that I'm in.
Right.
Because most of the time
in hip hop, you gotta represent where you from.
Right.
I'm from over east. If you from Chicago and I say I'm from over east, you know what's up with me.
Right. So I'm like, since this is our first project, and I want her to, it's a project that represents her. I want her to talk about where you from and show love to where you from. That was the purpose. I was like, you gotta do that. And actually,
and it was refreshing. You know, I was like, oh, okay. And you know, I took inspiration from, I love Raheem Devon's Love Experience. The first track he talked about all of that. He talked about where he's from. He talked about his whole experience of what, you know, he learned to love from his whole experience and where he's from. And so I took from that because that's one of my favorite songs on that whole album. And so, you know, I had never done that before, like talked about Fort Worth, because people, you know, I figure like, you know, nobody want to hear about Fort Worth. Nobody know about Fort Worth, you know, they know about Dallas, but you know, even though we're in the same metroplex, you know, we're the next big city right next to Fort Worth. It's like 2 huge cities that connect all these little cities, and nobody ever talks about it. So it was weird, but at the same time, I wanted it to be something universal, so that it was like the hook part was like anybody could sing that. I don't care where you're from, you know, anybody could. You have to be from Fort Worth, you know. Don't sleep on my city, Chicago. Don't sleep on my city, Miami, you know, wherever you're from. So we wanted it to be something that anybody could relate to, as far as, you know, the actual hook chorus. So.
Good. All right. And then we get to number 3, Tonight. That song to me sounds like a song that it's a feel-good song, kind of like a chill bop to it, something you can dance and step to. One of those songs that, you know, it's just a lighthearted song. What made you come up with that idea?
One of my 2 to 3 of my favorite producers in R&B is Chucky Thompson, KG from Naughty by Nature,
Okay,
and Eddie F from Heavy D and the Boys. Those 3 producers make some of the best dance up-tempo records. You know what I'm saying? If you look at Chucky Thompson, who was with Bad Boy, he did Mary J. Blige's You Bring Me Joy, the whole My Life shit. You know what I'm saying? Faye first album, produced a lot of that. When you look at KG, he produced Jaheim, Coffee Brown, Next. Did with Eddie F. Eddie F, when it came to remixing, he remixed TLC's Ain't Too Proud to Beg, produced Rough Ends. A lot of those records from that era that were danceable. So for me, that was my inspiration for tonight.
Okay.
Because I was like, I wanted, like, I'm gonna be honest. If I do any R&B album, I'm definitely gonna make some records for the club. I'm a DJ.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a
You
DJ.
got to. You got
you
to.
have to. Yeah.
So I'm gonna
You
make.
DJ.
You got to mix it up. You got to mix it up.
Yeah, I think this is one of the things for me. In the '90s, over time, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of those '90s records, when you're dealing with artists like Keith Sweat, Freddie Jackson, Luther Vandross, at some point in their career, they just said, if I'm a balladeer, I'm just gonna make ballads, right? And I have no problem with that, right? But that got lost in translations when we can't do no up tempo. You know what I'm saying? And that's why when you look at hip hop, they would say hip hop took over. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody in R&B wasn't making no up tempo records. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
but still, that was like you said, that was early on,
right?
And then from then on, it was straight.
Yeah. And they knew, like, when you look at Freddie or the Isleys, or Keith Sweat or Jodeci, you know what I'm saying?
Jodeci was after 40.
Yeah, that's when they had to do it.
Yeah.
Because they was under the Puff Act.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you look at all the other 2 or 3 albums before, all that records they were known for was for them ballads.
Straight baby making.
You know what I'm saying? you really didn't get into the up tempo stuff until Mary came.
Okay,
Mary,
I agree, but I think somewhere in there with the Isleys, they did make switches. They did have songs that did switch up. If you go
like in the beginning, like I say early on in the '70s, you know what I'm saying? Like in the '80s, they stayed in
that disco era. They had
to.
But we have to thank them for that, because a lot of their music is what has been key to the success of hip hop as well. So.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah.
We got into the '80s and the early '90s. They started making mid tempo and slow jams. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they got older, man. Them dudes been putting out music since the 50s.
Right. What is he? He like 80? Is he 80? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You think about it, they've been doing music since the 50s, bro.
Right. Yeah. And I just told somebody that they need any lifetime achievement.
Yeah.
And not just as an R&B group, as a rock group, because they got early beginnings as rock. Like, they are originators. Give them every award that's out there, because they earned it.
Now they can do it now.
Because they in the
time is running out.
They in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
They are? Okay.
But the lifetime achievement, not
lifetime achievements. No, I don't think so.
They should get every award there is possible, because they did rock and everything.
And they still killing shit right now. Relevant.
Yeah. Yeah, I love those dudes.
Features,
Yeah. So tonight was like that record for me. And I'm gonna put my up tempo card on these niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Word Big Bird. Word Big Bird.
Like, so when she came up with it, I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I think that's your comfort zone, man.
What?
Up tempo.
No.
How hard was, man? It seemed like it was easy for you.
Well, it was easy because I was like, okay. And plus, I had already, I told you that the first few lines of tonight is, you want to see if I still got it, don't you, babe? Because I got a song called You Still Got It. So I took inspiration from that as being like, this is part 2, but you still got it. So it was easy to write to once I was like, okay, all right, I got this. So, but no, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's my comfort zone. The let's do this. I came up with that just like that. I mean, I don't necessarily have a comfort zone. It's just,
it's whatever.
It's the track and the inspiration. So yeah.
Sometimes the track speaks to an artist differently.
Yeah. And sometimes it just comes easier with each track. Sometimes it's a little harder. And sometimes it's like, oh, okay, I'm getting something right away, so it just depends.
Yeah, that tonight, though, it wasn't different. Like, when I make music, certain records don't take a lot. It don't take that much to do. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, tonight was like really like, okay, I got that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay. All right. So then we go to number 4, Beautifulest.
Woo.
In the world.
I'm gonna be honest. That's my favorite song right now.
Okay. Because to me, it sounds like a sensual, soft melody that celebrates intimacy in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's crazy because that's the last song I did on the project.
Okay.
We were pretty much done.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Jeff kept adding on.
Yeah, here we go.
That's his job. That's his job.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this way.
Because
Way.
I would listen to the beat. I'm gonna be honest. I would listen to the beat. And I'm like, I'm gonna admit something. I had because I was working with you. I had Danielle as a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had this other female R&B artist I was working with in Michigan. Okay. And she's more like my band. I was like, shit. And all I heard was, give it to Nakia. Give it to Nakia.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
So I said, Nakia, we got one more. We got one more. You know what I'm saying? So here's the inspiration. I don't know if you really heard it, but when I made the beat, when I heard the chords to it, I was like, shit, this should sound like a smoother version of The Most Beautifulest Thing in This World by Keith Murray. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yo, let me make sure that I put my feel to it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that because by the name alone, that's what I was like, I wonder if there's some Keith Murray in there. The most beautifulest thing in this world is just like that.
And that was like one of my favorite rap records in high school in 93, 94. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so different. You know what I mean? Still had the feel, but still, it was a record that still had you can get the girls off that shit. Mm-hmm. And you still get the ladies.
Oh, yeah. Dedicate that song to her. She be like, for real.
Yeah.
One of the things I also got from that song was like, it was kind of like you were building up and building up the ego and confidence of your loved one, the person that you're involved with too. So when I listened, I was like, okay.
When do you hear a woman calling her man beautiful? You know, I thought about that too. Like, you know what?
Not unless you love them. You ain't saying that unless you love them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, everybody can be beautiful, but I'm like, okay, I'm a woman and I'm looking at this man like, baby, you know, you're just the most beautifulest thing in this world. I just love you so much. I want to lift you up and just let you know you just mean the world to me, you know, whatever. So yeah, that's kind of one of my favorites.
Yeah, and you could tell by which, like you said, I can't go on and on. Mm-hmm. I can't stop writing.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, man, I can talk about it all day. But yeah,
that's like one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? Because and how I made it. It wasn't. I put it like this. It wasn't difficult to make, but I wanted to make sure that it was sexy, but still not.
Yeah, it's thumping.
It still got that mean knock. And that's the thing that, you know, that one thing about me, if I'm gonna make an R&B joint, I'm gonna keep it hip hop, I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna have that knock though. And that's the difference though. Because when I listen to hip hop and R&B inspired songs, some try to soften it. Either they soften or they go hard. You know what I'm saying? Okay. They soften it up or go hard. And I want it to be like, okay, I'm gonna still be sweet, but I'm gonna still keep it powerful.
Okay. All right. And then we move along to number 5, Temperature.
Temperature.
Which sounds like a double entendre to me for a lot of things
going
on out here.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it just sounds like she was saying it's too nice outside to be inside. Which I was like, man, I could take that a couple different ways. There's a lot to be involved with out here as far as the way the our neighborhoods and communities are suffering and dealing with things, but at the same
Bingo.
time, yeah, boom, bang
Yeah,
bang.
boom.
But then at the
Yeah,
same
boom,
time, it's
boom.
like, hey, we could be outside doing other things besides staying inside watching TV all day. Like let's go get some air. Let's get some fresh air. Let's go get some of this
Yeah.
sunlight. Let's go for a walk and everything like that. How did that song come about?
Mm.
Uh, inspiration first.
So, okay, so you said, okay, so you know how you name the tracks. Just because you name a track something don't necessarily mean that I have the right to that concept or whatever. But at the same time, you were like, talk about what's going on, talk about such and such. And so I was just like, okay, bet. And the name is Temperature. Bet. I'm about to do a metaphor. Oh, it's about to be a metaphor. So, like you said, it's double meaning. It's about all the stuff going on. It was, we had just come out of all these protests and everything. It was just a lot. And I'm like, it's a lot of stuff to speak up about.
Mm-hmm.
So get out and get heard or do what you need to do. But at the same time, like you said, it was almost like, don't just be sitting around doing nothing pretty much. It's too nice outside so basically saying that now is the time. It's the right time to go ahead and get out and get in the movement, whatever cause, whatever. Now is the time. It's the right time. Temperature is rising. Also meaning that like things are heating up. It's getting real out here in these streets. So hence temperature rising. So it was like a lot of different inspirations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice the drums I use the Mob Deep drums from Temperatures Rise.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he played the songs. Yeah.
Yeah. The infamous Mob Deep album,
Okay.
Life Change. And Temperatures
Okay.
Rising, one of my favorite records.
Yeah, salute to Prodigy and my Havoc, man. Havoc, you are a damn fool when it comes to beat making, sir.
And he don't get a lot of love like he should.
Mm-mm.
Because
Mm-mm. Let's talk about that real quick, because this is a dude that not only uses samples, but he'll take small parts of samples and turn it into something totally different than what you actually heard.
I think what's the name produced that Q-Tip, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Because Havoc produced 90% of the album, but it was like maybe 3 records outside of that. And Tip did 2 records on that. He did Temperatures Rising and Drink Away the Pain. And when I heard Temperatures Rising, I was like, oh, Tip? like Tip don't at the time, Q-Tip didn't really produce for people outside of unless it was Tribe, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I heard Temperatures Rising, I'm like, oh, really? And then Havoc did the remix, and same feeling. You know what I'm saying? Same feeling. And that was the inspiration to make that joint.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I told her, I was like, man, I don't want an album full of love songs. Mm-hmm. I want to have songs that are like I'm from
a variety.
Let's talk about everything we gotta do. Mm-hmm. And we don't have enough positive R&B records that are relevant but still are singable. Mm-hmm. Not too preachy, but very honest and very truthful. Mm-hmm.
Songs that will also stand the test of time. Temperature, I think you might have got one with that one. Bang bang. All right, so then you go into number 6, the interlude. Whose idea was that?
That same thing. The interlude, the interlude and the intro is the same thing.
Okay.
So the way because I was going to give her another, like I was like, we need an interlude to break up the monotony of the project. So she said, Jeff, I'm gonna take the intro and the interlude. We're gonna continue that. And when I heard that, it reminded me of, I'm going to throw it back, Alexander O'Neal, The Hearsay. Right? Now, that album for me, that's like one of my albums that's going to be tattooed in my spirit because my dad played it so much on the wax, right? I still have the vinyl, and the vinyl is like, it's like you could tell it's been played.
Like over and over.
That's how I know that album backwards and forward. And one thing I loved about Hearsay is that Hearsay had a lot of interludes. You know what I'm saying? So he would have sags and interludes in between each song. And when I was like, okay, she said, I'm gonna do the intro and the interlude in the same way. And
I was like, just trust me. I said, I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna send it to you. Just let me know what you think. If you don't like it, yeah, we can do something to switch it up. And he didn't realize when I did the interlude, it's the same, like that part of the song that I did, same track as the intro. I just did a different part of the track, and he didn't realize that it was the same track because it sounded different.
Right.
So the intro is talking about come go with me, come on, we about to and then the interlude is like, okay, I'm glad you sticking with me, stay with keep listening, stay right here with me. But yeah, it was the same track. It was just a part of the song that I heard. I was like, okay, but this would be dope. I can flip it. And it was like, oh, that is in that song. So I'm like, yeah, it's right here.
I like that. That's a dope idea. I like that. I like that.
Like we want to welcome people in from the intro.
Mm-hmm.
And said now, and once we got people already.
Right, got your attention now.
Attention.
Okay. You know I like that. I like that.
Stay right here. Keep
listening.
Listening. We got we thought these three records was tough. Keep on going.
To go back, you spoke on Raheem DeVaughn. One of my favorite Raheem DeVaughn songs is Garden of Love. I love the harmony in that song.
Wait, which one is it? Album is it on?
Love and War Masterpiece, I think.
Okay. No, it's not on the Love Experience. Love Experience is my favorite. So
well, go back and listen to that song. That song is awesome.
Is that the album with Marathon?
It might be. I can't remember everything on that album. That was just like my favorite song on there because of.
You said Garden of Love.
Garden of Love.
Okay. I'm not listening.
One of my favorite songs from that album. I just love that song, the harmony and everything that he did with that. I love singing that song as well. Which gets us to number 7. Let's Do This, which to me sounds like foreplay of sensual melodies and harmonies.
First record we made.
Yeah, that was the first.
That's the first bomb. Now, let me make sure that this interview goes out. DJs, I'm doing 2 versions. One version is going to be not no DJ, not me. But Let's Do This. It will be the only verse. That will be the only voice that you hear on that song, because that was the very first song we made. I think me and her have something in common, because when we get into the love action, I'm not gonna lie. My last marriage, I jumped in head first.
Oh wow!
In 3 months, I said, "Fuck it, let's go do this."
Let's do this. Oh, you were the original. Yes, do this. You didn't tell me that was you, Jeff. Let's do this.
Let's go.
Shame on you, sir.
Let's do it.
That song don't mean do it after 3 months. It means
I said 3.
No,
it was 3 months and we were together, and then maybe 6 months after we decided to go ahead and plunge into it.
Okay.
But it didn't last. It lasted 5 good years. But hey, sometimes, but I'm gonna say this: sometimes in love, if it's a good, especially between the ages of 35 and up.
Okay.
Sometimes if you've been married before,
right, you ain't got, at that age.
You
You
know
kinda
what time.
Yeah.
Some people gonna go with less than you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck everything.
Mm-hmm. It's for the grown folks.
Real grown. Kids ain't gonna like that.
Yeah,
kids are like everything else, but that one's for the grown.
They gonna be like, "What? She talking about getting married? Oh, hell no!" You know, they not gonna like that.
In the same eyesight.
Yeah.
We understand the moves. Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and make that thing happen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it could be applied to not only marriage. Like, right. Man, let's go on this vacation. Right. Fuck it.
Right. Let's get away. You know?
It's cash that like I got some more extra money. What we talking about?
Right. Let's get away.
Let's get away. What we doing? Man, let's go.
Right. No procrastinating. Let's just get to it.
Right.
Let's get right to it.
So it's it's about spontaneity, like you said. It doesn't necessarily have to be about going, because my idea. I mean, I will say the concept. My idea was like, I never hear anybody writing about eloping, just drop it in and be like, you know what, like you said, come on, let's just go. Let's just pack some bags and go. I already know you feeling me, we feeling each other. I know you the one. I'm the one. What we doing? What we doing? Let's just go ahead and do this. So that's what that song is about. And I never really heard anybody like, you hear songs about getting married, but you don't hear anything about, come on, right now. Like let's go elope, let's do it right now. So that's kind of
let's make moves.
Let's make moves.
Let's
and we can tell everybody when we done. We ain't gotta book the flight, pack your bag, let's go. We can come back and be like, I was married now.
I was married. What? I was
married, let's just make this thing happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially, like I know a lot of times when it comes to eloping, the problems with eloping is parents, family, and friends.
Yeah. So what I say, this is our love. This is our love. You gotta do it nobody else. Yeah.
And many people, and here's sometimes with friends, a lot of times we want to put our friends in our love, but at the end of the day, when we get married, our friends don't have nothing to do with our love.
Right.
Nope.
Can't do it.
I'm saying it's
they got nothing to do with it. Yeah, that's y'all thing to work out.
Right.
Absolutely. So then you guys get into the next song, number 8, which is Sing Slowly. Wait, let me go back to number 7, because it was kind of like this Adina Howard type of feeling to that song. I don't know if you all heard that, but I there was a little bit of some Adina Howard in there. To me.
And let's do this.
Yeah, it's kind of like not her freakiness, but it was like if she was being romantic, that's kind of what it would sound like.
Oh, okay. Smooth and bold.
Yeah. But that's just me. Anyway, moving on. Number 8, Sing Slowly.
Stop all this messing around. All this messing around. Come on. I'm t-shirt and the pants on. Come on. I'm just packing a t-shirt and panties. Let's go.
Let me say this. I was mesmerized by Adina Howard when she first came out.
I'm pretty sure you were.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
I immediately, whatever a freak was, I was like, give me that. I want whatever that is. Whatever, sign me up. Sign me up.
No. So.
All right, so sing slowly.
What's the next?
Okay,
that's our battle.
Yeah.
That's our slow song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But not so slow. We wanted to keep it mid-tempo, but still keep it. I call it the sexiest record of the project because it felt that way. It's crazy. We're talking about the remix as we speak. You know what I'm saying?
A real ballad. We're gonna balladize it.
Yeah, that sounds like a song where you need to be tucked away, where you need to be at home. That's what I heard on that song.
Yeah.
It was like this is where we stay home tonight and just chill out and make some stuff happen.
Yeah. So and it was just real. And again, like whatever you name the track, I don't know what the original name of that track was, like Swim Slowly or something.
Swim Slowly.
And I was like, swim?
Yeah. Swim Slowly. Because it kind of reminds you.
Just of a flow, right?
Flow. You're in the water. You're in the water, and it's, you know.
This where you got the video. Yeah. So yeah, when, you know, I took the inspiration basically from what he named the track, and I was like, okay, well, I'm a singer. Let me reference how he makes me feel with just different things to do with singing. You know, the melody and your tone and your timbre and your, you know, your rhythm, just all that. So I put all the little musical terms in the song, and you know,
that's very important, Kia, because you know, tone is everything.
It is everything.
Oh, listen.
Like, you can be telling me about myself, but it's your tone. I'll be like, okay, baby, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But Nakia, I don't think a lot of people understand that with men and women. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
It's how you say it. It can change everything. I mean, everything. So yeah.
And I use that in my DJing as well. Setting a tone when I DJ is very important. You, especially for a wedding, you want to set a tone. You know what I'm saying? If you had an argument in that car, when you walk in that room, that shit is over with.
Right.
It's a peaceful way. She gonna say I'm sorry when you walk in about 5 minutes in.
Cause she gonna feel so warm on the inside.
Yeah.
Thanks to the DJ and the mood that was set. Yeah.
And tone is everything.
It is, yeah.
Even bad thing, you know. And like I always, and I say this in my DJ classes, I have a thing called TPR. Timing, patience, rhythm. The rhythm part is very important. If we're not dancing together,
right,
we can't rock together.
Gotta get in sync.
Yeah. Let me make that clear. Somebody about it. I'm gonna sound of my voice.
I'm gonna sound my voice. Turn to your neighbor.
Right.
And say, rhythm.
If you are not in rhythm with your partner,
well,
it's not gonna work right.
Can I get an amen?
Man, I'm just saying.
Shonda, I felt it in my spirit, Lord.
Yeah.
The rhythm and the tempo got to be right.
Shut your mouth.
Y'all not, hey, and it's in the word. The word says if two or more people are not walking together, are not agreeing together, shut your mouth, let's move.
Gotta be equally yoked.
Yeah, do we need to restart?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah. It left off on equally yoked. That was the last thing I remember.
So we walking like is that me and that woman, we're not gonna see eye to eye musically. That means we're not gonna see eye to eye all the way around.
It depends on how much younger she is.
If she 25, we good.
Oh, wait, what you mean we good? No, she don't know none of the stuff. Zero. If she 25, she wasn't even.
No, I'm talking about we're not gonna even rock.
Oh, I thought you meant like we good, like I'll date her. I'm gonna say, oh no, she don't have a clue about nothing going on at 25.
That's what I mean.
It has to be lost.
And what's
in
crazy,
translation.
what's insane to me is that we got men, right, that are in their mid-40s trying to chase these 20-year-olds.
I don't see how they know.
And I don't see what's going on.
Yeah, what do they have in common?
It's just a sex thing.
First of all, this music ain't music, but anyway. So I mean,
she told the truth there.
Just musically, what having in common. Because it depends. It depends on how they grew up. Because some younger people grew up around older people with some sense that listen to real music. So it depends on what they grew up around. But at the same time, it's like they're now, they think, oh yeah, and we looking like, what? You know, no, that ain't what that is. You know, so I mean, it's the same way for a woman. Like, I'm not gonna, and young dudes, because I'd be like, baby, No. Not happening at all, you know.
Yeah.
And
No.
even with and I'm gonna go here, even some of these 40-year-old girls.
Because they're trying to be young, they're trying to be 20.
No, you can't do that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna set the tone real good. I love Glorilla, but if you acting like Glorilla,
and you 40, and you in your 40s, it's done.
We're not good.
Go sit down.
It's something about a woman who listens to Mobb Deep, though. If a woman pumping Mobb Deep, we got a good thing.
Yeah, we might be able to have a good conversation at some point in time. Because I know you're a rider. And I know you probably been through something.
I know we got something good. we got something. It's something special about you.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
We're gonna.
Yeah. If you can tell me about some Wu-Tang, some Mobb Deep, some some Outkast, then we good.
Outkast, that's my vibe.
Listen, you tell me some Wu, some Ghostface.
Yeah, if you like some Scarface, I fuck with you. I fuck with you. Yeah.
Head though, man. A girl pull up on me playing Nutmeg, I'm keeping her. Yeah. Just off that alone.
Let's do this.
You gotta flag her down. You gotta flag her down. Hey, where you going?
I'm finna hump that horn. I'm like, put that window back. Where your man at?
No, what if you like a girl telling us on the podcast?
We'll talk about that.
Yeah. Don't speak so soon.
We'll talk about that. You know
what I'm saying? Conversations for later. All right. So number 9, we get to your shout outs, your outro, which is the shout outs and thank yous.
Listen, that was another last one.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a different beat, but I'm gonna be honest. That beat was too happy go lucky. Like that's linen pants on the beach.
Linen pants.
Yeah. Like we going
little sandals, let us slide.
Yes, outside stepper set at Pier 31.
Oh,
like, we're not gonna do that. So what I did was I sent her the beat first. Cause like the beat was it. I've been sitting on the beat for a while, but I didn't put no drums on that shit on purpose.
Okay.
Cause I'm like, and that's a sample, but it's like one of them samples that's real obscure. I'm not gonna tell you the sample. It's a real smooth jazz record.
Okay.
So when I heard it, I was like, shit. I was playing the album as is. And I was like,
you just got a different feel for it other than what was already.
Right, I had a different feel. And it was so like, this shit's smooth. I gotta have something to close out smooth, right? And I was in there playing beats. I was like, I was like, okay, that's the outro.
It sounds like an outro.
Yeah, it's an outro. Yeah. Like it's like when we telling a story, we want to close it out. And you know, here we go, movie shit. The early 80s movies and shit. You know what I'm saying? The end credits, you know, I'm a record collector. I do collect soundtracks too. Real time.
You be looking to see who did such and song. Yeah, I watch the credits too.
I'll
be there. I do the same thing.
Yeah, I watch the credits.
When them credits came up, I was like, oh, this the end credits. You know what I'm saying? For the album.
Speaking of end credits real quickly, the end of John Wick, did you stay all the way to the end?
No, I'm going to see that shit again just for that.
Okay.
You don't stay and sit.
No.
You're supposed to always sit.
No, you're not, because every movie doesn't have anything at the end.
Yeah, but you have to stay just in case it does. You have to wait just in case. Because you never know.
I do it with Marvel, but I didn't do it with John Wick.
But a lot of movies started doing that, even non-Marvel movies.
What's crazy was it was so packed at that darn screen. I was like, let's go.
Oh, you was trying to leave.
Right, and I had to be ready for after hours.
Oh, okay.
And she'll find out when she finally goes to a screening what it really looks like. You're gonna be like, yo, I want to get up out of here.
I've been to a screening before. I saw the screening of Best Man Holiday. It was a screening and it was packed. You know, right. when they came back out with it. So
yeah.
It's packed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I gotta get the fuck up out this bitch. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But most of the many screeners are packed to the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're trying to get in, and everybody don't get in. So.
Yeah, and then people be inviting their mama, daddy, and their dog too. So
right.
So that was like my impression. You know what I'm saying? And I was surprised she loved it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I sat there, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, that's smooth. Yeah, that's real smooth. Yeah.
Side note, before we go in, hey, Brandon Johnson is our new mayor. Yes!
Are y'all election is over?
Yes, our mayor.
No comment.
And
then you ended with
Chicago stuff.
Yeah. And then you ended with the remix to Let's Do This. Is that correct?
Well, not a remix, just
it's an after hours version of
okay.
Yeah. Just no drums, yeah.
No drums.
You just took that's all it was, yeah.
Right. We made it. I wanted to be number one. I wanted to close it out sensual. Mm-hmm. But here we go. I'm finna throw it back at me. Being a DJ, I used to collect the MCA 12 inches, the R&B joints. They used to have Quiet Storm versions.
Oh, Quiet Storm.
Like even the fast records. Like, for example, New Edition, If It Isn't Love. Bobby Brown has a Quiet Storm version to not my prerogative, Don't Be Cruel. Like Belleville of the Vote. They have Quiet Storm versions of a lot of their songs on the 12 inches.
Okay.
Quiet Storm will be like no drums, that smooth out the song a little bit to make it more sensual and calming, so they could get songs on formats. Right? Mm-hmm. Like one of my favorite MCA 12 inches was Shantae Moore's Love Second.
Oh.
And Old School Love. Them two drums.
Okay.
Them two versions with no drums. My God. Go.
Okay.
God. That was my favorite motherfucking versions. So I really didn't care for the original version. But like when you hit a Quiet Storm version, you take the drums out, it
changes the whole vibe. I mean, it really does change the feel.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I said, I was like, okay, what song we going? Like we did that first. Mm-hmm. So I said, man, I told her engineer, Mike 360, shout out to him.
Salute, Mike 360.
Take them drums out on the beat. She said, cool. I heard it, I was like, shit, this shit sounds sexy.
Yeah, it gave it a different feel.
It's a different feel. It's nice. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So we have that. But that's gonna be the album.
Okay. All right.
We may do a director's cut.
On another note, back to movies, films. Did you see Spinning Gold?
Not yet. Oh, I can't wait to see that.
I was supposed to go see that. I heard it's really good.
I can't wait to see that.
Is that about Tommy Mottola?
It's Motown.
No.
It's not Motown?
No. It's Casablanca Records.
Oh yeah, Casablanca. But wasn't it a competition? Wasn't it a battle between Casablanca and Motown or something? What is the movie? Am I thinking of another movie?
Casablanca, I think, was ran by Tommy Mottola before he got the Sony thing.
Okay.
He runs it now. He runs Tommy Mottola runs Casablanca now, but back then that
it's the guy who had it before that.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I want to see that. Yeah.
What he did and how he pulled it all off is it's a decent story. His kids are actually involved in telling the actual story. And I don't know, I didn't do any back research on it, but it's kind of like them saying, for everybody who don't know where Kiss came from and Donna Summers, it was our dad. Our dad did that. And he's never going to get any credit until now.
Awesome. Yeah, I want to see that. I'm ready to see that too.
Yeah,
It's at the show.
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good movie, man, to sit there and listen to him talk. And then, he went from $4 million in debt to finally getting a hit, and then things changing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna go see it now. I'm mad as hell.
Yeah. I have a question
You
for
know what I'm
Nakia as
saying?
well. Who are your musical influences?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff knows who knows. Okay, well, no. Well, I will say this. My first musical influences going back to when I was a little kid, like even before anybody knew I could sing or was even paying attention to me to know I could sing, I would always sing Anita Baker. I love some Anita Baker. Oh my goodness. And
Okay.
then I also love Michael Jackson. I also love Prince. So yeah. And then I mean, as I got older, as a matter of fact, one of the talent show song was Mary J. Blige and KC and JoJo's. I mean, KC. It was Love and You was all, remember the duet they did. So I love me some Mary J. Blige too. So yeah.
Okay. Do you have a top three in Prince songs?
Uh-oh.
Okay. Unpopular opinion for many, but the Under the Cherry Moon soundtrack is my all-time favorite. I love that soundtrack from beginning to end.
Okay.
Top favorite songs, just all Prince songs. Um, Diamonds and Pearls, Pop Life, and Christopher Tracy.
Okay. Okay.
And the reason why I loved Under the Cherry Moon, like I guess it's like a little known fact that he seriously recorded all those songs and everything just like in a straight take, switching instruments, everything. Like he did not pause. I think it was like 4 or 5 songs on that whole soundtrack. He just kept it going. Like he did not, let's start on this one. Everything was like a whole big loop, like a whole big nonstop recording. Go to this transition to it. Like it was amazing. It was amazing how he just did that whole.
That's my favorite.
It was crazy.
That's my favorite album.
What, Under the Cherry Moon? I love
my shit on there from motherfucking Mountains.
No, yeah, I'm tripping. Mountains is my favorite off of that. I have so many mountains. Oh yeah, I love Mountains.
That shit cold.
I love Mountains.
Oh my soul.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Thank you. Just
Prince
like
was a dope
Coming
dude.
to America. Yes, Mountains.
Yeah.
Mountains was tough.
Did y'all ever hear that song he did, Future Baby Mama?
What'd you say?
Did y'all ever hear the song he did, Future Baby Mama?
No.
Okay. Well, was it on the Coming to not Coming to America, but America? Was it on that one?
I can't remember the album, but when I heard the song, I was like, damn, man. Maybe about 7 years ago. I can't remember, but it was called Future Baby Mama. It's a good song, though. I love it.
Okay. Because it was Emancipation, then Rave, and then I can't remember. Prince released a dang album every.
Yeah, he had a lot of music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
Prince
did
had a lot of music.
It was hard to catch up, but yeah.
I'm trying to look it up right now. Bear with me. Uh-oh, it almost started playing.
Future Baby Mama. That must be a later.
Yeah, because it had to be like
Planet
shortly
Earth.
before he.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was before he died.
2007.
Or was that a release? That was released after he died.
No.
It wasn't one of
2007.
those. Okay, so it was before. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That was one of the things. Like that came out right around the time when he did that Hugs and Kisses joint.
Okay.
Never heard Hugs and Kisses? That's the XO.
I didn't get that.
That's a Steppers record.
Okay,
Real tough.
I didn't get that.
Woo! They played that in Chicago, so tough.
Okay.
They was playing that on B103 real heavy.
Dude got a lot of music, man. Dude got a lot of music.
So much. I visited Paisley Park for my birthday a couple of years ago, and they were just saying that he has so many songs where he could release, I think, an album a month, like for the next 10 to 15 years. So like that's crazy.
And to even work with him, you needed to have your masters because he didn't want any
Oh yeah.
He didn't want anybody being able to touch his music.
He didn't want to deal with that. Mm-hmm.
What's the name? What's the name was working with him?
Lizzo.
Lizzo
was working with him too.
Yeah, We Are King. They actually We Are King. The first piece of advice that he gave them, they said, don't sign to nobody. Do y'all own shit.
Yep, put it out yourself. Yep.
Yes, that's what he stayed talking about.
Man, them girls was winning.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't put out nothing in a while. They still winning off that first shit.
Yeah, he was big on that, man. Ownership.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
He was not playing with the record companies. Not at all.
Because he seen what happened to him and Parliament and everybody else that was getting jerked around.
Yeah, he studied the game, so he knew. He like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, we are at the. Go ahead.
She love her some Michael.
Love me some Michael Jackson. Yes. Love me some Michael. Love me some.
I'm gonna have an offline conversation,
man,
because I love Mike, but I'm one of the few people that don't fuck with Bad. That's his worst album in this time.
Get on the couch, Jeff. So get on the couch. Bye. Bye, Jeff.
Come on, man.
Bye, Jeff. It's just another part of me.
Nah.
I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna break the thing down.
Oh Lord,
real good.
Here we go.
Real good.
Let's take a break before you do that. Hold on. Let's take a break.
Look at my face.
I want to go to the bathroom.
All
right. We had to take a quick break. We are back. There was a lot of Michael Jackson slander being held on this podcast, and we will not tolerate that. We will not tolerate that, sir.
Hey, listen, you better go re-educate yourself. That's all I gotta say.
All right.
However, I will say this: I don't think it was slander. I think it was more of his opinion comparing the first two albums to what I'm Bad was, and you really can't do that. You really can't do that.
Fair.
Because Reasonable Doubt is nothing compared to Volume 2.
Reasonable Doubt is his own album.
Correct. That's why you can't do the same thing with Michael Jackson.
Exactly. You see the concept, Jeff?
It's hip-hop shit.
It's the same thing.
I just look at
it's the same thing.
I would just look at Reasonable Doubt as his own album.
And Bad is his own. And Thriller is his own. And Off the Wall is its own. They're all separate. Hey.
Let's move on.
Yeah. Re-educate yourself, Jeff.
All right. You were saying coming up is what?
The album comes out April 7th on, we're going to put it out on the website. That'll be announced on Tuesday. It'll probably be soliloquymerch.com. Soliloquy Merch.
Then what, 2 weeks
and then 2 weeks after we'll be on stream. You know what I'm saying? Then from that point, we working on, we actually got one remix done. We got 2 more remixes. We're doing a remix tonight, and then we just talked about singing.
The Slowly ballad.
The Slowly. That's it. That's a 3-song record, and then we'll probably be working on chapter 2.
Okay, Nakia, are there any artists you would like to work with?
What? Yes. I would love to work with Mary J. Blige. Like, I have songs that I have, like, hey, I would give this song to Mary. Like, seriously. And speaking of the Jacksons, I have always loved Janet. You know, Janet has her own vibe. So I could work with Janet. Mary, Janet.
Okay.
Is Faith even still doing?
Oh yeah.
Besides
she just haven't put out
touring?
an album.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I didn't even know she was even still doing
Who?
stuff. And I do like Faith Evans.
Yeah, she did some gospel music and everything. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, speaking of which.
Yeah.
Danielle, I'm doing the interview. What's up, nigga?
I didn't get the chance to check with you yesterday, so I'm checking in.
Oh.
You told me to call you.
Give me a minute. I'm gonna hit you right back when No, I'm gonna call you in a minute. As soon as I finish. All right. That's my next project after this.
Okay. All right.
Because here's the thing. I tried to do her album and Danielle's album at the same time. Because remember, we were supposed to do the interview with Danielle.
We were. Is this true?
Danielle's mother passed.
My condolences to her. Mine's died last year. I understand.
So once that happened, we had to go back to the drawing board.
Mm-hmm.
So we are finishing the project. We redoing 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 to 5 records.
Okay.
Then gonna come out with that. I'm gonna try to get the kid on that because we just finished the remix to Melanin. Oh God, I gotta play that.
Oh, okay. When did you play at the other listening party?
I played.
You played a little bit, right? Yeah.
The record is done in full.
Okay.
Yeah. So that album is going to be done. That's going to be our next interview. That you're gonna ask a lot of questions with that.
Okay.
Oh, and as far as who I would love to work with, hello, Erykah Badu.
I was waiting on that, man. I was waiting on you to say that.
Erykah Badu. Yeah, and I would love to also work with Leon Bridges. What's up? Let's do a collab. And I know this gonna sound, but if Andre 3000 were to ever come back, I would love to do something with Andre.
That might work.
I love Andre.
That might work. I'm gonna have to go out in space with Drake.
I love
Drake.
Oh my gosh.
You might find him at the park somewhere playing his flute.
Right.
I'm not cracking no joke. Dude he just don't want to be bothered. That's all. He just don't want to be bothered.
He does not want to, but that's what I'm saying. If he were to ever, I would love that. I would love to work with your boy Ye. He's a genius. Well, I mean, aside from aside from all that, I'm just talking about the creative artistry side.
That's the thing I find.
That's the battle of. That's the battle because that's what I'm saying. Aside from the other stuff, we're talking musically, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I fight with that piece.
Yeah.
You fight with it. Why?
I fight with it because
you can't separate the two. You're having a hard time separating the two.
Musically, he's supreme.
Mm-hmm. And that's the side I'm talking about.
Production wise, you can't knock him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But as a person,
all that bullshit he be kicking.
That's straight bullshit. And that's something that, in a sense, that's why a lot of people kind of disappear from.
Yeah, because it's hard to. I mean, just like the people with whether or not they still listen to R. Kelly or not, it's just they can't separate. It's like, okay, well, you feel conflicted. You feel conflicted in a way when it's like, okay, the person and then the music.
Right.
What should I do? People are conflicted.
Like, the difference with Kels, though, Kels will send a beat. We don't have to be in the studio to do that. If we had to be in the studio, then it'll be a different story.
Yeah.
We good on that.
But I'm talking about as far as a collabo, you wouldn't even be able to do that because it would almost taint your name. I mean, I hate to say it, but it would. You like people be looking at you sideways, like, oh, for real. So you just gonna go do a song with this fool, and it'll just you'll be done. You'll be done.
That's the problem. That's the
problem with you'll be done.
When I deal with Ye,
nah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it's Like I love him. We have to love him because of the music,
right?
The music that he brought.
So the music, it's like
absolutely
okay, separate from that other nonsense, you know.
As a person,
yeah. But music, oh, he be on it.
If he could just do the music without all the bullshit,
right? Just
because I tried like the Pusha T album. Pusha T album was dope. He did some dope records on it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, here we go. Him being the person that he is, he alienated a lot of people.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Big Sean included.
Yeah, he had some interesting stuff to say about Big Sean, kind of like ruffle some feathers, hurt Big Sean's feelings or whatever. Big Sean, you know, had a problem with that or whatever. But and he also said some stuff about Just Blaze as well.
Yeah, and you know I get it, but
I think you know it's just at times there's a point in time where you can't just put a mic in front of Buddy, you know.
Oh yes, yeah.
And if you're gonna do it, it should either be pre-recorded or you gotta let them know what can and can't be said.
And
but live, oh no,
he got it.
But it sells. It sells. It gets views, clicks, and all that shit. So,
but it's it's like it I don't know, it's exploitation, because yeah, I don't know.
It keep him out there though, like people tune in and they get. I'm sure his streams and shit keep going when they. Who is Kanye and what is he talking about?
But yeah, but for real though, hey.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited about this project.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Soliloquy, ladies and gentlemen, by Nakia will be available real soon. Very soon.
Yep, April 7th, please.
Good Friday.
Good Friday.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great Friday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you need to buy that. We're gonna have some merchandise. So please get ready for that because it's gonna be a special project. When I mean special.
Yes, indeed. I enjoy listening to it. And then I had to listen to it just as a listener instead of me just critiquing it as well. So again, 3, 4, 5 listens. And then I had to chill out so I don't, become too critical of anything like that. So
thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Anything else you guys want to say before we get out of here?
Man, buy that album. Shout out to Nakia for letting me bring my good music period movement.
Shout out to Jeff for bringing me into the project and just the whole concept of putting the whole of your idea for the project.
Appreciate
and
it.
Just the whole vibe. I really, it's real.
Oh man, that just wait. Shout out to all DJs, so selected DJs for listening to the project, all the podcasters. DJs, please look out for your package. We're gonna send you an email, everything we need to play the jams. Dallas, we got you. Dallas, we're funky town. You know what I'm saying? We got y'all for real. And globally, we're gonna take the world by storm. Real good.
Yeah, we'll be having shows real soon too.
Real
awesome.
Good.
Awesome. All right, that is it. And there it is. And remember, as always, remember the mission statement when you're striving for greatness. God never puts you in the driver's seat if it's taken. You bitch you.